Greetings and salutations. This is a short video of how to use emulators and ROMs on Android. I'm doing this on my OnePlus One. I am using the Nova launcher, so you can see it's a bit different than a normal OnePlus One. You can see it even more in here, seeing as I have a lot of icons per page. It's pretty decent. I haven't had a crash yet, so that's pretty good. Now let's move on to what the video is about. This is about emulators and ROMs. If you don't know what that is, it is where you emulate old consoles. You emulate, for example, there's a Super Nintendo running on SNES 9SX, I think it's called. A PlayStation Portable PSP, it's running on PPSSPP. A Nintendo 64 that is running on Mupen 64 free. Game Boy Advance right here, this is what I use most. This is running on John GBA free. My Genesis is running on Gendroid, I think. This is an app for installing ROMs and emulators. I don't use that much. And this is the Drastic emulator for, as you can see on the icon, is for the Nintendo DS. What you do is you enter your Play Store and you search for the emulator you want. Let's say you want John GBA Late. There we are. And as you can see, I have mine installed. This one was free. You just press install where I have open right there. This is in Danish. So the A with the thing above it is called an O. What you do is you open your emulator and you see your games. Now, the games, that's an important part. The games are essentially called ROMs. What you do is you enter, I use this website, coolrom.com, and I have the Super Nintendo open right here. What I usually do is I go into the top 25 downloaded and top 25 rated, just to get some inspiration from what other people like. Or if I get a good idea, every now and again I can go in and search for what I need. What I use mostly right now, let's just go back in here. Now that's my messages. There we go. What you do is you tap what you want. This website is pretty slow today, so give it a break. You scroll down. God, it's slow today. And you can download now, as you can see there. What that does is it downloads a zip file that you go in and you unpack. And if I go into it's called AndroZip. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. And I have, down here somewhere, I have something called ROMs somewhere. There we go. ROMs, I have made a folder for each one, as you can see. So I just put them in there. That's my GBA. I have a folder for each game. If I open up my folder on my emulator, you can see I'm playing Pokemon Firered right now. Right there. I'm going to start Pokemon Emerald after that. And the next Pokemon games were on the Nintendo DS, so I actually installed Drastic. I have Pokemon Platinum and Pokemon Black on here right away, but I haven't started on those yet, because I'm going through Firered first. Now let's go into Drastic here. Just quit. Because I don't want it to, yeah, there we go. I don't want it to be sucking power. Cool. So let's open up this one then, and enter my Firered game. A few tips and tricks with this is, always if you're running a Pokemon game on the GBA emulator, speed it up because it's painfully slow to play this. You can play this in portrait mode, which I do because it saves on power and is more pleasant to the hand, in my opinion, or you can turn it and play it in landscape mode, which of course makes the screen bigger and the buttons are just right there, and yeah, it's alright. I played it like this for the first while until I figured out that it swallowed up a lot of battery and the pixelation is just horrible. So I switched to doing this, and on the 5.5-inch screen it really doesn't make the screen too small. I think it's actually about the same size as a GBA screen. Let's just, no, I did it wrong. Forgive me. You press menu and you press exit. Okay, good. Now the folders I have here is the circle launcher. I have one for my oldies, which is my emulators, which I love to play, and I have one for the regular stuff. I have my screencast, my music, my speed test, my Snapchat, my boxing, my Play Store, my mobile pay, my chat, Instagram, Facebook, and 9gag. Yes, I'm a 9gagger, and also a tickler, and also a huge lotter, and I don't judge. Now, a few tips for Pokemon Firered. Pokemon Firered. Always, as per said, speed it up. Always carry some Ultra Balls. As you can see, I have 27. Now, if you're about to catch a Pokemon and he escapes, you're going to have to use a new ball. So you have to carry a lot. What you can do on an emulator is, as soon as you press A to throw the ball, you press save. See my right. On the upper left corner, there's the save. That's a quick save. I use that all the time. If the Pokemon escapes from the ball, you just go in here, press load state, and press that. That would take you back to just before you throw the ball. What that does is it reloads the chances of you catching the Pokemon. So you never really have to use more than one ball on one Pokemon, which is pretty decent. Because on the Game Boy Advance you had to use like 67,000 Pokeballs to catch a legendary, which was not pretty decent. So, let's just exit out of this. Okay. There are tons of emulators, and these are just the ones that I've chosen at random. There's really no reason why I've chosen any of these. The reason why I've chosen Drastic is because you can choose the size of the screens, and it's basically the only DS emulator that works. It's $2.50 in the Play Store, I think, and it's very, very functional. My icon pack here, as you can see, are the shadow icons. They're part of, well, the shadow icon pack. My clock is the transparent clock. My background is from the shadow icons background pack. Actually, my main theme here is hollow, and I like it because it just seems fluid and it goes well with the rest of the buttons and the themes and stuff like that. Yes, I do believe that was it. Just to prove that this is the 1+1, I'm gonna go into here, my model number right there, A00000001, and I'm using Cyanogen Mod 11.0, and yeah, it's pretty basic. Now, I do believe that would be it. I will tell all of you to have a very nice evening, but you're probably going to have a nice evening anyway. As you can see, it's Thursday, September 11th. It's 20:36 at night. Have a nice night.